Every great project introduces a conflict, a problem, that compels students to want to learn more, to go deeper, to ultimately address the problem in some meaningful way. Which is why we believe in the project-based learning model. So what is project-based learning? PBL Works defines project-based learning, or PBL, as a teaching method in which students learn by actively engaging in real-world and personally meaningful projects. The first step in project-based learning is starting with a hook. A hook has them engaged from the start, gets them asking questions, wanting to learn more.
The project that we're working on right now has to do with social media. The title is Social Media Culture, and we want students to explore the positive and negative impact that social media has on young people.
The hook that I gave my students at Cranston West was a survey and a Jamboard and responding to their social media usage.
What I remember about the hook is the kids being so engaged to see someone else standing in front of them, engaging them in the lesson, and the kids really taking ownership of the word community without sitting down and saying, here's the definition of a community. When we were explaining the need to knows, it was obvious that the kids come with different background knowledge, and in this project, they needed to understand what needs and wants are, and just the innocence of wanting to, we can give the community money, we can give them food, but we had to back up a little bit and talk about ways to get to that solution.
We provide the students with the need to knows because it really kind of helps us be able to come up with the resources that we'll need to give them. We want to see what they're really kind of confused about after we present them with the driving question, what they already know. It kind of helps us guide the rest of our project as we move into that project core. When attempting to resolve an issue, we need to clearly define the problem.
We helped them to define the problem by showing them, we took pictures at recess of the different problems that we saw going on. And then we showed the pictures to the students and asked what they noticed. Do they see any problems in these pictures? Like kids swinging too high, pushing each other, climbing up this slide instead of down.
Students define the problem in my class by realizing how often they use social media, the types of messaging on social media, the effect it has with the digital footprint, if it was a positive or negative effect.
My role as a teacher during this process is to give them the materials that they need to get started, give them that freedom to then work amongst themselves and with each other to come up with an idea that they think will have a positive impact on our school and community.
The next step in the project launch is to ideate a whole bunch of possible ways to address the problem, which is an act of brainstorming. It ultimately gives kids choices for what they will choose to do or create.
Students came up with lots of ideas to help solve the problem, so we helped them whittle it down by 6 or 7 solutions could be, and then they decided what team they wanted to join that way. Did they want to work on a safety crew? Did they want to create a safety poster? Did they want to write a proposal to Mr. Byerly, our principal?
To conclude the project launch, the class works to narrow in on the key elements of the project, such as what individuals will create or produce, what small teams or the whole class could produce, and how those productions will address the problem that they defined. One great formative assessment tool to use to finish the project launch is GRASP. This gives all students a chance to identify the goals of the project, their role in the project, the audience of the project, describing the situation or context of the project, and the product or products that will be created.